Oh my God. Oh my God. You're live.
We're live. And we are
Live.
live on YouTube, and we are live on our Read This, Read That Substack, hopefully.
How exciting. Oh my God. Hello, family. We're live in living color.
Yes, we are. A lot of people love that we do 3, 2, 1. So should we just do it for shits and giggles?
Let's do it.
3,
A 2, a 1.
1. Hey, everybody.
Hello, everybody. You're supposed to say
I
that.
know. Welcome to Read This, Read That. I am Jacque Reid.
I'm Joyanne Reid.
It feels so weird to do that when we're live, right?
Right? Exactly. We can't rehearse it or anything. It's just, this is it.
This is it. Now, last time we went live, people said they hate that box on your face. So if we could take that off, Camille.
You mean our logo?
No, baby. There's a okay, there it's gone. There was like messages coming up right over your face. So what we can do, and you know all this well, that we can pop it up there.
Yeah. Oh, we love it. Hello, Young.
I'll pop them.
Fabulous.
Okay. So you can do that too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Camille, y'all hear? I don't know if y'all can hear Camille,
Our
but
producer.
that is our wonderful producer. But hey, girl, how you doing?
I mean, I'm overworked and overutilized, just like normal. But I'm good. I'm here. I'm here. I'm doing my new practices in the morning. Is you're supposed to wake up in the morning and you're supposed to say, "I am alive and I am here," and that is enough.
Gratitude.
It being
really
alive
is
the biggest victory.
Let me tell you something that I have been practicing. There is this documentary on Netflix called Stutz, Stutz, and it's Jonah Hill. He did a documentary about his therapist who was very helpful for him overcoming anxiety and so many issues that he had, depression and other things.
Right.
And one of the many tools that he gives you, because he's a therapist that doesn't want to sit there with you and say, well, what do you think? What do you think you should do? He wants to give you tools in the moment. And one thing that he suggested, which I love for anybody out there struggling with anxiety or just being frozen by depression and things like that. Listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm just sharing what worked for me, is that whenever you're feeling that way, overcome with anxiety because of things that's going on, that you say out loud about 4 or 5 little things that you are grateful for. I'm grateful that it's warmer today than it was yesterday. I'm grateful that my hair is growing. And so this whole natural experiment is working. I'm grateful that my mother is alive and well. I mean, that's a big thing. You know what I mean? You say about 4 or 5 things, he said, and then you silently say things in your head. You continue with the list. And there's a feeling that creates that will overcome this feeling of physical anxiety that you feel. And baby, if that don't work.
Oh, well, I'm grateful that I'm not Nicki Minaj and I still have my soul inside of my body.
Oh, Nicki. Lord Jesus, we will talk about her in just a minute, but we have a lot to get to today, but we want to start by sending our prayers and as much love as we can with our colleague, Savannah Guthrie over at the Today Show. Her mother, according to authorities, federal authorities and police, has been abducted, kidnapped. And TMZ is reporting, and I just saw this before we started the live, they're reporting that they received an unofficial, they haven't confirmed that this is an official thing, a ransom note for a huge amount of money for her return. So obviously Savannah has not been on the Today Show. For those of you who watch that show and you're wondering why, I think she was abducted on Sunday. They noticed that she was not in church. And that's when, things that they decided to, go to her home and things started to unfold. So we are praying for her safe return.
Yeah, that is wild. I first, when you were telling me about this, when you were telling me, I thought it was maybe fake. You know what I mean? Maybe it was fake news. Maybe it was like a rumor or something like that. It's really actually kind of crazy to me that that's a thing that's really happening still in the modern world, that we're having abduction. Like this is like, isn't this like are we really back in the 1920s when people
on the heels of what happened with Don Lemon, right? and the way that the federal government has been moving, right? We see what we see on camera, but who knows what they're doing that we don't see. The first thing I did was to see if Savannah Guthrie was considered an enemy of MAGA, right? I'm like who could be behind something like this? She's such a kind person, whether you watch the Today Show or not. If you interact with Savannah Guthrie, she is very invested in faith. And she's a kind person. You know what I mean?
But she also works for NBC, who Donald Trump hates. And so you can't really put anything past these demonic agents on that side. And so you just don't know who it is. And the other piece of it, what really frightens me about something like this in this day and age is that if this had happened, 3.5, 4 years ago, I'd say, oh, well, the FBI is on top of it. Do I believe Kash Patel is on top of it when it's her? I mean, the FBI director and the Attorney General of the United States are very happy to tweet troll Don Lemon with chain and the White House posting chain emojis about Don Lemon being indicted. Have they posted about we're going to find you if you've got Savannah Guthrie? Like, they don't care about Savannah Guthrie. She's part of the mainstream media who they hate. So do I think the FBI is going to go all out? Like, not every FBI agent is MAGA. And I'm sure some of them are going to work hard and still try to do their job and pursue the career that they've joined before there was a Donald Trump in the White House. But I just don't know whether the people who they work for are going to dissuade them from doing the most they can for her, because their main goal at this point at the FBI and the DOJ is to attack the people Donald Trump has said are his enemies. If something bad happens to you and you need federal law enforcement, there is no federal law enforcement. There is no Department of Justice. These things don't exist anymore. Harmeet Dillon, who's the head of the Civil Rights Division, she's still basically like a Republican National Committee attorney. Her goal is to suppress the votes of non-Republicans, grab the voter rolls in Georgia, and persecute anybody who isn't a white Christian on behalf of white Christian nationalists. So I don't think the federal government is going to be where you can go to for help anymore. I'm not sure that I don't even know if I can really say there is an FBI anymore. It's just Kash Patel and Donald Trump's other friends. I don't have any faith. And I feel that really would scare me on behalf of Savannah's family.
Yeah. It is, so many people from these departments that we rely on for so many things, right? The Department of Justice, the FBI, the Secret Service, so many things that, the CIA, so many organizations that we would count on to investigate things like this properly. A lot of people have stepped down. A lot of capable people who have been career members of these different career employees of these different agencies have left, right? Look at what happened at the Justice Department, right? A lot of people stepped down there. So the FBI, with someone who comes across like Kash Patel does, as really somebody who's really not capable or competent. And this is the person that's leading the investigation, especially if let's say you have agents within the FBI who I think are leading up this investigation, who want to do the right thing. They still have to follow the direction.
Exactly.
They still have to follow the direction of the Trump administration.
Exactly.
All we see from these people, from Pam Bondi to, name one name after the other, is incompetence, cruelty, and this overwhelming desire to please Donald Trump no matter what. Damn decency, damn the law. All we want to do is worship Donald Trump. And so if hopefully Savannah is able to have her own people be a part of this, because I would not trust this FBI, this government to do anything that would give me peace. Like I feel like this makes me feel worse. It's already a horrific situation.
Even worse. Yeah.
Can you imagine? But then to know that the people in charge of the investigation are incompetent.
They're incompetent.
And have proved themselves to be that time and time again.
Oh, 100%. Because even the ones who are not right, they've gotten the competent people have either quit in disgust or been forced out by Doge. And all that's left are the sycophants. Like they've gotten it so all these agencies are just the suck ups or people who are too terrified to say anything. So now if I'm an FBI agent from the old school, from before times, and I go really lean in hard to try to find Savannah Guthrie's mom, I now have to think, am I going to get fired? Like, am I going to get, is there going to be punishment because I'm, helping I'm helping the liberal media when I'm supposed to be focused on, proving that Donald Trump really won the 2020 election. And that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be trying to find crimes by everybody Donald Trump hates and trying to find a way to prosecute Tish James. I'm trying to search for crimes by Fonnie Willis. Like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And now I try to divert my time to help solve this real crime. People, are going to think a little self-interest. Am I going to get in trouble? Like, am I allowed to try to solve this case? Because if Donald Trump doesn't like Savannah Guthrie, like you have to now watch Twitter or Truth Social, because if he tweets anything negative about Savannah Guthrie, I promise you those agents will not put any resources or time into helping find her mom. Because if he hates Savannah, this is what it's like to live in an autocracy. You have to know whether Vladimir Putin likes the person, whether whether a crime against that person will be solved. You have to know whether Viktor Orban likes the person first before you decide whether you can help the person, because only people in favor of specifically Trump, he has to specifically like that person for you to expend any time helping that person or solve. I mean, this is crazy, but this is where we are, because if Donald Trump, God forbid, Savannah Guthrie, I hope and pray that she has not tweeted anything about Trump in the last decade and that he doesn't notice her and say anything terrible about her, because and maybe this is unfair, I suspect if Donald Trump in any way attacks this woman on social media, the FBI will not lift a finger to help her mom, because they can't for fear of being fired.
I can see that happening. Now, imagine if, the way he's looking up voter rolls, imagine if he finds evidence that her mom didn't vote for him.
Right. I mean, this is what,
like it could be that petty.
Yes. We sound crazy.
And he could put something out there and saying, well, I hope they, I hope for the best.
Hope things go well for her. Yeah.
Like he signals, he does dog whistles. He's a dog whistler in the worst way, right? Signaling the worst of the worst to do the worst with the things that he says. Right.
And I hope that we're wrong. And I hope, but
I hope I'm wrong. I hope we're wrong.
I want to be wrong. And I believe there are incredible professionals in the FBI. We've interviewed former FBI agents in my former job. There are great people who work there. They're not all MAGA. They're not all incompetent or crazy. The thing is, it's not them. It's the incentive structure that an autocracy sets up. It sets it up that only people in favor get the benefits of the rule of law applied to them. The fact that Donald Trump came out and literally said he feels worse about Renee Nicole Good being killed than about Alex Preddy, because Renee Nicole Good's family are MAGA. So because the family is MAGA, he can feel bad about them. So MAGA is then permitted to maybe feel bad about her, but you're not allowed to feel bad about the other guy unless it's verified that that person is pro-Trump. That is, and for those of you who think this sounds nuts, this is what it's like to live in an autocracy. This is what autocracy is. It's that the leader, the fearless leader, the Kim Jong-un figure, is all powerful, and only being in his favor, specifically in his favor, gives you the protection of the law. If you are not in his favor, there's no protection of law. Look at what's happening to Don Lemon. Apparently, they're saying the First Amendment does not apply to Don Lemon or Ms. Ford, Georgia Ford. Doesn't apply to her, and doesn't apply to these other First Amendment actors because of their protests. Their protests are de facto illegal because Donald Trump hates them.
We're going to get Stein in a minute. We're going to get Stein in a minute. Whoa down. I know, honey. I know.
Y'all don't wound me up. I need to
we got a whole agenda to get to. Calm down.
Y'all don't wound me up. What did you do? It's a live chat.
Okay.
Shouldn't we sing our song? Weren't we supposed to sing our song? Are we missing out?
Yes, we have a whole thing. If you would just
if I slow down.
Yes.
Wait, just sign up for my Vegan Sexy Cool newsletter, says Momo D66.
Thank
Momo
you.
D66 understood the assignment. It's going to be vegan and sexy and cool.
Cool. We appreciate that. I just had some buffalo tofu that everybody would love.
I'm just sexy and cool.
It was just
the vegan part it's a lagging indicator.
One day. Listen, we do have, again, we want to send our prayers to Savannah, and we will keep you guys updated on that. But the other announcement that we definitely want to make. So we launched last week our book club with If I Ruled the World and Amy Du Bois Barnett, her debut novel. And we had her on as a guest. So we're about to tell you guys soon how to be a part. You need to buy the book, right? You can find it in the link for our last show. You know, we'll put, when we post this video, we'll have the link again so you all can buy the book. Excuse me. Ooh, I have bubbles from what I'm drinking. So, you know, I had to burp myself.
Drink bubbles. You got to burp yourself. Put yourself over your own shoulder and pat yourself.
Carbonation. I had to put my hands up. Okay, that had to get out. But we at the end of this month, so you should be reading the book now or ordering it so you can get it. You got 4 weeks. It's a quick read. I read it in like 2 days. But we're gonna have Amy back on, and we're gonna talk about the book in a private chat with her. So come with the book read, because there will be spoilers, right? I'm saying this for this woman
like
here.
Spoilers.
Because read the book, because we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it all. So the book club has launched. The Read This, Read That book club is up and running. But let me say this to you guys, and please let us know, because we're looking right now for our book for next month.
Yeah.
Right?
Constance J6764 is asking, she has not received her book yet. When is the first book club meeting?
The first book club meeting is Thursday, February 26th or 27th. One of those days at 2:00. Yeah, whatever Thursday that is, that's the first book.
That is the 26th. Thursday, the 26th. That's plenty of time to get your book reading.
Love Jacque. Thank you.
Yes, Vanessa, she needed that.
Hair. Y'all know it's
picking at it.
I was thinking just this week. I'm always like, I gotta go. I almost got braids. I almost backtracked and got braids, y'all. I'm trying to stick with it.
Why did you don't like my music? Say I could never do a live stream. I am one gassy MFer.
Well, fortunately, you know, I wish at this time. Well, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I was going to say I hope it comes out of this end.
It looks good. It looks beautiful.
But I'm drinking.
How come when I put my glasses on, you take yours off? You see how we're rotating the glasses?
Oh, are we?
I put mine on because I was like, my eyes are strained, and then you took yours off. So now so when you put yours back on, I'll take mine off.
On and off.
Yeah, we'll flip. Yeah. We'll just reverse. So we can't have. We should act like we're passing them. Look, but make sure you go. Look, this is how we're going to pass them. I don't know if this is going to work. If I pass my glasses over, am I passing
wrong
the wrong
direction
way?
Though?
Wrong direction. I'm passing my glasses over.
There you go.
And then you get your, and you put them on, and now you pass yours over.
The things that amuse us. It's like, let me pull this quarter out of your ear. The things that amuse us. Okay, so it is the first Tuesday. This is Tuesday, the first show of the month, and with that, we welcome our new subscribers to the show. So we have a song for those of you who are new. That is our welcoming song. So if you are new, please stand up like you do in church so everybody can see you. Stand up.
Rise to your feet.
Please rise so everybody can see you.
Rise to your feet so everybody can see you.
And here we go.
In the back of the church.
Okay, wait. I need a. Welcome to
our podcast. Welcome to our podcast. We are family. Welcome to our podcast. Why are we off? Welcome to.
I think we're off because we're live. So it's like a delay for us hearing each other.
Okay, wait. Say hi.
We're both delayed.
Oh, we're both delayed. Gotcha. Okay, let's do it. Here we go.
For each other. So just think.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast.
Wait. I have an idea because we're gonna be off. You do the first verse. I'll do the second verse.
Okay,
go.
Okay. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast. We are family.
Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast. We are family.
Welcome to.
Read this.
We read this, read that. We are family, and we love you, cousins.
But we will block you if you come with that bullshit. So respect our boundaries. Go.
Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast. We are family.
Let the church say amen. Amen. Amen.
Everybody in the back of the sanctuary, please feel free to bring your gifts forward to the altar. We welcome all gifts, large and small, but we prefer large. Small gifts will be returned to Jesus with a note that says "Return to sender." Address
unknown.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Jesus' freedom isn't free. I know.
I need an organ. Okay, so what's your wind down?
Okay, so my wind down, as you may be able to hear in my voice, is week 5 of Invisalign. I'm in the Invisalign struggle, y'all. I am on week 5 of my Invisalign journey. And where's my little packet? I have my little packet here somewhere.
Are your teeth moving? Do you feel like you see it straightening out?
I feel like my teeth are straightening out very slow, but it's so slow. Like I feel like the progress is so slow that I can't really tell. And then I did the foolish thing of not taking before and after pictures. So I need to be taking pictures every week so that I can see the progress. But yes, it has been 5 weeks already, Christy Blackman's 5 weeks already and counting. So the whole process and the whole lifestyle change, I've already lost weight because of it. Because you have to plan your entire life. Like anytime that I want to have a snack, it isn't just having a snack. I have to take the Invisalign out, put them in their special case, have my snack, then go upstairs, brush my teeth, floss, mouthwash, the whole dental thing, then put them back in. There's a whole like container you have where you put it in and you turn it on. It like boils, it bubbles to like clean them. Got to do that every night. It's like, I have never worked so hard in my life. And then my teeth hurt. So one of the things that they don't tell you is when you pop these Invisaligns out, baby, your teeth, I didn't know teeth could hurt. I didn't know teeth could feel pain. But when I take these things out, my teeth are actually sore. So it has now changed everything that I'm eating. So I was already on my pescatarian/vegetarian journey. But baby, you think I love bean burritos before? I love them now. Nothing crunchy can go in this mouth. Cucumbers are the crunchiest thing I can eat. Anything that you have to like bite down on, there's no crackers, cookies, none of that stuff. I can't eat. Even though I wanted to eat junk food, couldn't do it. Popcorn out of just not even possible. Potato chips never could. So in
soups and
that's what I have to lean into. Yeah, I have to lean into soups. I finally did break out that juicer you made me buy last year, which it was still in the box. I've now had to use the juicer. I told y'all the story. I didn't make it my wind down last week. I think I just told Jackie before we got on. Yeah. But Jackie made me buy this juicer, honey. And it's one of those juicers that pushes the rind out one side and the juice out the other side. So I couldn't figure out how to put it together because, of course, I took it out of the box and threw away the instructions. And, I'm not good at mechanical things. So my daughter, who is the only one who's good at any of this, she was like, Mom, why did you throw away the paper? And I was like, I don't know. So we put it together, managed to assemble the whole thing. I put all my vegetables in. I put spinach. I put, what do you call it? Frozen strawberries. I had frozen some strawberries. I had some blueberries. I put all the stuff in, turn it on, and all that's coming out is this thick gunk. And I'm like, what is this? I'm seeing this stuff in my body. I'm like, I can't live like this. Please. I get my daughter. I'm like, please help me. I can't do I poured some water in it. I tried to mix it. I was like, if this is the way I gotta live, I'd rather have crooked teeth. I was like, Lord, just let my teeth stay crooked. I can't live this way. I can't eat. This is terrible. And so I'm there struggling and crying. And my daughter comes out and she's like, Mom. And she takes the other side of the juicer and turns it on, and the liquid came out. And I was like, oh. So my life right now is like tragic. I'm like, every time I'm going, hi, hi. Oh God. Every meal is unless it's a banana, baby, I'm in agony. I'm in pain every minute. I'm
You know
in
what
pain.
you
I
can eat
am
a lot
losing weight.
of too? You can eat a lot of like mashed potatoes.
That's all I have. Listen,
Like
this is
you
my
can
I've been eating mashed
do
potatoes. I've been
sweet
eating
mashed potatoes,
pasta.
purple mashed potatoes, white mashed potatoes,
Girl,
and you
I'm
can put
potato
so
heaven.
many different flavors in there.
This is just like a vegan will try to tell you that all 3 kinds of potatoes are different. It's just one kind of potato, baby.
No,
And
sweet
so I've
potatoes,
been,
I don't like white potatoes. I only eat sweet potatoes and they taste different.
I know sweet potatoes and white potatoes are different, but what I've been eating is sweet potatoes, white potatoes, mushy pasta, vegetables boiled in the pasta so it's not too crispy.
Mushy
I've been eating
pasta.
mushy pasta.
You're overcooking the pasta, so it's mushy.
It has to be mushy because I can't get it. My teeth hurt.
Ah!
So when this is over, when I tell you, if my teeth are not bone straight and fabulous, if I don't look like George Michael in 1986, I'm suing somebody. That's my wind down. And
I cannot wait for the big reveal. And knowing this woman, knowing this woman and her people, she's going to have an Invisalign funeral party, a death to Invisalign. She gonna have a party. This woman, as busy as she is, will find a reason to have a party and gather folks. And then at the time for the party, she's like, I don't know why I decided to have this party.
Now, don't tell my dentist I'm drinking this with my damn Invisalign in because you're only supposed to drink water with it, but fuck it. I need to drink this. I'm not taking these out.
No, don't drink that. Why can't you drink beverages with Invisalign? What does
only
that
drink
do?
water? But I'm just like,
does it stain?
It will stain them, but this is so almost clear that I'm like, this is gonna have to do. Dentist, hopefully my dentist don't watch Reid this week.
It's
he's a brother. It's a young brother. I appreciate you.
But it's red. Somebody said he can see you.
if my dentist, Christy, you don't work for Dr. Conley, do you? Don't y'all tell him.
You could be on. This could be on in his office.
It could
and
be
now
on.
you're gonna say his name. Somebody gonna call him.
Because last time I went in the office, the man in the waiting room was listening to Don Lemon's morning show. I said, these people are too close to home. I tried to slip in there with my little, my little disguise on. I said, this is getting too close to home. This man listening to Don Lemon in the morning. I said, this is a problem.
I think the disguise situation for you is over. We've been talking about this for years. Your voice is so distinct and people recognize you because they see you with and without makeup all the time.
I know. I'm in there with no makeup, the glasses. I had a hat. And then a lady at the end, she said, I didn't want to say nothing, but we just absolutely love you. We're not going to bother you. Don't worry, we're not going to bother you. And I said, okay. But still,
okay. You need a body person. I was saying to you earlier today, you need a body person to just run and do all those, every little thing. Yeah. Go get my food.
Somebody said go to Marvano Fuss girl said just go to dental confession, girl. Dental confession. Dear dentist, yes. I have to confess that I ate a handful of potato chips and they were crunchy and they got all inside of my Invisalign.
Well, the thing about it, she said your secret to stay with me. Well, the thing is, they're gonna know when he sees your teeth and the stain. They'll know.
They'll be, and you know what they do? They're really nice. This dentist, he's super nice. I've gone off the rails, but he's so nice and friendly. But he will read you in the kindest way and say, "Oh yeah, I see you got some gum issues here." And he's saying it in the nicest way, like you don't do right by your gums.
So don't lie about flossing. It's like so many people will go and lie about flossing, and they can see from the blood coming out of your mouth that you've been lying about the consistency of your flossing.
Oh, he asked me when, you have to do 2 dental appointments before you can get the Invisalign. And he said, do you floss regularly? I said, oh yeah, of course. He didn't say nothing, but he prescribed me some toothpaste specifically for gum issues of people who don't floss. Yeah. And that's his way of being like, you lying. Here, go ahead and take this.
He be loving you. He be loving you. Well, I can't wait for the big reveal after it's all over. It's going to be an exciting day, and let me know about the party because I'm sure there will be one.
There will be one, yes. And you got to leave them cats and come on.
Girl, I might just bring them with me since 3 of them would be yours. You know, 3 of them are named after your children, and so you should have taken those cats. But all right, it's all right.
What's your wind down?
My wind down is
always. What are you drinking?
Well, so I'm drinking my favorite beverage, pomegranate juice and clear sparkling water. and a little squeeze of lime, fresh lime in there. It's just such a delicious cocktail.
I love those bottles. That's my favorite thing to drink out of, by the way. That's what I normally drink water
jar.
out of.
I have
Love it.
so many of them. It's one of my favorite things.
Same.
I prefer this over a fancy glass. I just love a jar. It makes me feel special. Okay, so my wind down is what I'm watching because there are a lot of great new shows happening that started last week. After we met, we talked about Hijacked. Let me tell you something. Starring Idris Elba. It's in season 2. It's on Apple. Y'all, we're up to episode 3. Episode 4 is coming out this week. This show is so mother freaking good. I was like, after the first season, when they were on a plane,
right?
And I saw I was coming back for season 2. I was like, is he going to be on another plane? No, for those of you who don't know, he's on a train. And it might seem like, okay, this sounds crazy, but y'all, it is so good. You have to start. We're just 3 episodes in.
Okay.
You'll have to watch, and it's separate from season 1. So you can just start this one fresh and clean. Go back and watch season 1 because it is that good. But I love it for Idris Elba. It is so good. It's such good TV. So check that out. Shrinking.
I love him. Okay.
Oh my God. It's such a good show. It's such a good show. So Shrinking is also on Apple. This show is so good. And I don't know if you guys, I'm always on the lookout. Somebody said Hijack had me screaming at the screen. Yes, me too. It was so, y'all, I'm telling you, when that new episode drops, I am there for it.
Okay.
So also watching Shrinking on Apple, which is so good.
Okay.
And Harrison Ford is there. But if you loved Jessica Williams from The Daily Show and Two Dope Queens, you remember her with the long braids, tall?
Yep.
She is so good on this show. You guys, you will absolutely love it. This is season 3. We're 2 episodes in. Episode 3 drops tomorrow. So good. It does work if you watch the first 2 seasons.
Okay.
So start with that. But y'all, this show is so well written. Damon Wayans Jr. he joined the show last season. So now he plays Jessica's love interest in this. Y'all, so good. Somebody said Idris Elba should be the next James Bond. Yes. Yeah, Jessica Williams, she is so funny on this show. She is at her absolute best. And she was nominated, I want to say, for a Golden Globe or an Emmy for her role in this. She plays the therapist. It's all a group of therapists. Y'all, this show is so great. So if you have not watched Shrinking, watch that. And the last one I'll talk about is The Pit on HBO, starring Noah Wiley from ER days. To me, the Black representation could be better, but there is diversity. And it is, y'all, The Pit. This show is, if you love medical drama, this one is it. It is the best of the best that are out there. I mean, so good. So that is my wind down, is these shows that I'm watching, because I'll be watching everything.
I know that's right. I love it.
But these shows are just top.
So you didn't mention what is it called? 12? Is it 12 something 62?
Oh, the Agatha Christie?
No. This is the show about the guy James Franco goes back to 1960 to try to stop the assassination of JFK.
Oh, I haven't heard of that. What is this? Tell me about it.
1963.
Yeah, what is the name of it, Camille? It's called something
1963.
He's saying the name of it is
1963. It's really good. No, it's really good. And it's about, it's James Franco has a friend with a diner that's got a time machine in it. And he goes in the time machine and he has to go back to 1960. He goes back to 1960 and then he has to basically live in the 60s. There you go. The name of it is 11/22/1963. 11/22/63. That's the name of it. 11/22. Thank you, Son IT. Gave us the name of it. It's 11/22/63. It's so good. It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's Stephen King show. It's Stephen King.
I didn't know it was Stephen King. Oh wow, I didn't even get the Stephen King of it. It's so good. That's what I'm in the middle of.
Stephen King because he hates Donald Trump and he makes great television. So
yes. And I love everything that's connected because all the series. You know, I love it. And so if you go back and watch,
Oh,
Camille will tell you the name of it. Tell me the name,
you
Camille.
lost me on Dairy, the Dairy.
Dairy. Welcome to Dairy. Listen,
I'm not watching that. When the
Welcome
moment in that first movie, when they let that little boy with his little yellow raincoat and yellow rain hat
they be killing the
in
kids.
that boat down the
That's not
street,
the only kid they
and
kill.
he
They be
went up to the sewer with that fucking clown, and they ripped that little boy's arms off.
They did.
Oh,
They do it to a bunch of kids. But listen, let me
I
tell you the
couldn't watch
reason.
it past that. Like, I was done. Like,
But it's so good. And the kids are heroic.
No.
No, the kids are tough. The kids are heroic. And what I love about it, I'm telling y'all, watch it and y'all let us know if you do watch it. It is a prequel to The Shining, and my mind is blown. Welcome to Derry is a prequel to The Shining. Mind blown. I won't tell you how. I'm not a spoiler girl. I won't tell you how, but it is a freaking prequel to The Shining. The Shining, they're in the same universe. See, I love it when shows cross over like that. When I find out
too, but not when they ripping little boys' arms off. Like, that was traumatic.
The Shining, they're stalking a child. The dad is stalking to kill his own son.
They don't kill him. That little boy died. They ripped his arms off.
It's only one of the children that get deaded in it. But anyway, let's move on.
Don't kill animals. Don't kill children. I can't do it. And not in our faces. Like, they ripped that babies. That was like the first 10 minutes of the movie. The first 5 minutes of the movie. They didn't have to kill that boy like that to tell that story.
And a clown doing it. I mean, I'm scared of clowns.
Somebody brought up the industry. I didn't see who on HBO.
Oh, yeah, that's in my queue. So the industry is in my queue. I haven't started it yet.
This show is so good. And it's a young Black woman, a Black actress who's like fire in it. You have to watch the industry. This is good. Okay, so we gave y'all enough to watch, but Stephen King is the man. I will give this James Franco because I love him. I'll give that a try. But that whole it's
not scary or horror
stuff, I ain't watching that. I'm sorry. It's too much. So that's my wind down.
Okay.
So let's get to the stories that we're talking about. And the first one, I do want to mention, you guys, we have a great guest for today coming up in about 30 minutes. J. Anthony Brown, comedian, my friend from the Tom Joyner Morning Show. He's coming on to talk to us about so many things going on in the world. Because, Jay, in addition to worshiping this woman here, he loves Joy-Ann Reid. Girl, he is such a fan. Such a shameless fan. He loves keeping up with politics. Yeah. And so he's going to want to come on and just talk about all this going on in the world. So stay tuned for J. Anthony Brown. We got to get him to come back and sing our song with us because, he's always murdering hits.
Yes, he's murdering people. I'm terrified to see what he would do with our hit.
Oh my God. He did his own version of that. Christy Nome is a bow-legged hoe or something. Have you heard that song?
Christy Nome is a bow-legged hoe. Christy Nome is a bow-legged hoe. That hoe has got to go. That song is, I don't know who made that up, but come on now. Yeah. Ever since King Wallonius did his version of Bleach Blonde, Bad Built Butch Body, which is a classic. And I actually met King Wallonius in Martha's Vineyard, and he's a young brother, real brilliant. But yeah, when he did that, Bleach Blonde, Bad Built Butch Body, one more time for the people in the back. I love it.
Have you heard T.I.'s new song?
No.
Baby, it's T.I. put out a new song, Baby. Really? It is. Listen to me. Google it. Mute your microphone. This song, you gotta. It is. Have y'all heard T.I.'s new song? Somebody said yes, it's fire. Christy Blackman said that song is like Tip is back. As people, y'all, this song is amazing. And there's a soror who did a stroll to it. I'll send it to you. Somebody said it's fire. It's a banger. Everybody's talking about it. It's called Let 'Em Know. Yep, that's it. Let 'Em Know. Girl, this song is fire. It makes me want to go to the club. Let's go, Joy-Ann.
I'm muting my microphone because let me just go and listen to it. You keep talking.
Mute it. Mute it and just listen to
I'm
it.
muted because YouTube's not
Mute.
kind when it comes to music. One moment.
I know YouTube or somebody will kick us off. But mute it and listen to this song by T.I. Let them know. Girl, this song is fire. I can't wait till she gets up and starts dancing. Right? You're stupid. Girl, you are a fool. Wait, are you back?
Baby, that song is bad.
Girl, that's fire.
What? That song is hot fire. Fire upon them, fire upon them, fire upon them, fire upon them, burn them fire. Burn them fire. That's a West Coast Southern hip hop stylistical badness right there. That was
Girl,
fabulous.
that is all the A.
That's about to
That
be
is all
downloaded.
girl. That is all.
And it's
girl.
Pharrell producing. So Pharrell has now produced the clips that come back. And I actually did not know the clips were actual brothers, which is actually interesting. So the Grammy-winning clips come back. That's Pharrell. And then he produced this too, apparently. Pharrell, 52 years old, baby. Still,
I'm tired of her. I'm mad at Pharrell. We'll talk about him more.
we mad at him. We still mad at him, but he's still talented, though.
He can still be talented. A lot of people can be talented and tired. I'm mad about him because where he is with politics.
By the way,
but it's a great song. And I give all the credit to T.I.
No, we give all the credit to T.I., but can I just say, okay, we're going to come to it, but what was Pharrell talking about at the Grammys? Are we going to get to this? Okay, girl, that speech was dumb.
Stop. We got to talk about Don Lemon.
I gotta roll my eyes without my glasses on. Just work.
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay, buddy.
He ruins everything with this whole let's not be political. Let's just work. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it later. Let's talk about our friend Don Lemon.
Yes.
Who was arrested. It was good to see you on his show. It was good to see. I have to give you credit because I love, when there are things that break in the world. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Okay. When there are things that break in the world, I love watching round the clock coverage, like deep dive where I can just watch it. You go to commercial, you come back still talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
You did that morning when we all learned about what was going on with Don Lemon, and I appreciated that because it was just up to the minute details about what was going on. So he was arrested along with 3 other people, fellow journalist Georgia Fort, who's an independent journalist based in Minneapolis. She has her own show, and there she is on the screen for you there. Traherne Jean Crew was also arrested. He is an activist. And Jamel Lydell Lundy was also arrested. He is an activist. Now, on Friday, the 3 of them, except for Don, had early court dates hearings before the judges. Once they went before a judge, they were released on their own recognizance. And Don's hearing was later in the afternoon, LA time, because he was taken into custody in LA. Once he went before the judge, he was released. They are being charged with conspiracy to deprive rights and interfering with religious freedoms by allegedly obstructing someone's First Amendment rights by force. It's called the FACE Act, the Freedom of Access to, what is it?
It is supposed to be about places
of worship. FACE Act. I don't know what the exact, it's an acronym for something. But anyway, I cannot imagine that this will go any further. Then the charges will probably be dropped. But what's crazy is that this is just the Trump administration trying to intimidate journalists and activists, because here's the thing, you have to have money. Even if you're innocent, the charges are bogus, which we know against Don and all these people, that the Justice Department have been trying to arrest Don, and there was judge after judge that was like, no, this doesn't make sense. There's no there's no evidence of this. We're not going to do it. they paneled their own grand jury, which they could say anything, right, to a grand jury without any punishment. They could make up all kinds of things. And that led to Don being arrested in LA. And now he is out. You all have seen him on the air. Joyanne was on his show yesterday, which was great. And it's just, it does put fear, because in the hearts of so many people out here who are trying to be a part of telling the truth in the face of, speaking truth to power to this government, with all the lies, with the laws that they're breaking, with the way that they're operating. And so there's so much of this resistance through the media with just telling the truth. It's not activism. It's just doing your job, that they're trying to scare a lot of people. And I think that they are accomplishing that, which is unfortunate. But I appreciate you, Joyanne, and the coverage that you did. I thought it was top tier. It was excellent.
Thank you. And I disagree with you on the part that I think they're accomplishing that. I mean, what the MAGA movement is responding to is something that actually began during Black Lives Matter, which still triggers because it has the word black in it. And during Black Lives Matter, what you saw is this rise of citizen journalism. Not including, you take Trayvon Martin and set him aside as a separate thing, but that story even broke across social media. People learned about Trayvon Martin dying, and laying, in the grass, unknown, as a John Doe, until they were able to figure out who he was and find his mom, et cetera. And that story, blew up, and that was kind of the first Black Lives case that was sort of classified under Black Lives Matter. And then all of these other Black Lives Matter cases after that one played out as police were killing Black people, and regular ordinary citizens were filming it on their phones, filming the aftermath of it, filming what happened on their phones. People like Philando Castile filming their own killing on their phone, live streaming while they're being attacked by police. And so suddenly this idea of not just journalists having to be there, like John Lewis had to have a photographer there to see him and the other activists on the Edmund Pettus Bridge get, beaten up, that depended on them making sure that, and again, when John Lewis and those guys did that and marched from that church over onto the Edmund Pettus Bridge, they made it clear that they were trying to make sure that media were there. They would let the media know they were going to do it, which is exactly what happened with Don. The people who were going to march into that church let journalists know, because they wanted journalists to capture it. Because what we learned in the civil rights movement is that a march without any press coverage doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. And so if you don't have resistance that is captured, it used to be in photographs. If the resistance is not captured on photographs or film, it didn't happen. And what the regimes want, what authoritarians want, is they want any dissent to happen in silence and fear, so no one even knows the dissent ever happened. And so when Black Lives Matter exploded this idea of every citizen can be a journalist, this created this online kind of barrage of people, unvetted, no producer, no boss, just I'm doing journalism. Michael Brown, they're filming this for hours. They're showing his body on the ground. We saw it on Twitter. We didn't need reporters to fly to Missouri, to Ferguson. We all could just see it on social media. This is very dangerous for authoritarians. In Iran, they shut down the color revolution there because people were filming what was happening in Iran and filming the protests. They shut that down quick, cut off the internet. You think about the color revolutions in Europe, same thing, the Orange Revolution in Ukraine. It's always depending on people being able to get the word out with video. Then you add to it what people in Gaza were doing, where they're filming their own genocide. The genocide coverage didn't come from journalists because they wouldn't let journalists in. So the Palestinians took up their own phones and they started tweeting and they started saying everything that was happening to them. This is very dangerous to Netanyahu's regime, to Trump's regime. They want silence and they want no one to feel like they should cover this. And so what they're trying to do is intimidate people out of following ICE around with their phone. So they murked 2 people. They just killed 2 white people who were following them with their phones or following with their cars. They're like, you can't follow us. You can't film us. You can't show what we're doing. We're going to abuse you all. And we want the privacy to abuse you without anybody seeing, because that's why we have masks on. We don't want nobody to see, right? Now you add to that, they're now trying to indict Don Lemon and Georgia Fort because they, like every journalist going back to the civil rights era, did the due diligence in journalism to find out where the protest was going to be, went in with where the protest was and filmed it and interviewed people. That is their actual It's their
Right.
job. And they're now trying to claim that by doing that, they were intimidating these people in the church. This FACES Act was actually passed to protect abortion clinics from people like them, from right-wing ringers who used to go in and start by praying in front of the abortion clinic, but then end up going in the abortion clinic, intimidating women, and in some cases, firebombing the clinic and killing the doctors, right? So the idea is they want no more coverage. They want no more filming. And they want journalists to be afraid to do what Don Lemon and Georgia Fort did, which is go in, find out there's going to be a protest, follow it, and put it up live on social media. So they're charging them with what is a ridiculous, you read this.
They'll never be able to, it's something that they can't win. But here, let me just jump in for a second and say, when I'm saying that what they're doing is working to a certain degree, hear me out. What listen, Georgia Fort is lucky enough that some people to have a GoFundMe that people have been putting money into, right? Everybody who, they're more journalists than Don Lemon and you and me and Georgia Fort. There are a lot of people out there trying to cover these stories. Some people are going to be discouraged. I've talked to some people who have been discouraged, who, for whatever is going on in their lives personally, financially, they have small children. Georgia Fort, they came to her house. About 20 plus agents came to her home. And the way that ICE moves, anything. So if you're a parent, so listen, I get that that there are a lot of journalists that have been emboldened by this, but there also are a number who are like, I can't afford to be sued or arrested. And I'm afraid that is happening.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think even with Georgia,
I hear you.
I hear you. And I agree with you. And people are still doing it, but you're absolutely right. And that is the goal, right? The goal is to say they want to starve the resistance of attention. They want to starve it of pictures, because again, there would be no genocide in Gaza if there weren't pictures. People would just hear the Palestinians say we're being genocided, and they would roll their eyes like they always have about apartheid in the West Bank, which has been going on. But until you actually see the settlers going up and putting a gun to the head of a farmer and chasing them off their land, then you're like, oh crap, they really are doing apartheid in Israel, in the West Bank, in the occupied West Bank. And then when you see this genocide, you can't get away from it. This is why they've taken over TikTok, changed the terms of service, and they're now suppressing any of that coverage. That's my dog. Your dog was live on camera. Now mine is not as jealous. And so what we're seeing now is regime behavior. And this is why, people get irritated when I, or feel like it's offensive. MAGA people think it's offensive when I call the Trump regime the regime and not an administration. They're not an administration. They're a regime. They're acting exactly like the Iranians. They're acting exactly like the Russians. They're acting exactly like Ukraine. What's the difference? They're acting like the Hungarians. They don't act any different. They act like Kim Jong-un. They're not. And then we were like, well, they're not executing people. Yes, they are. They executed Alex Preddy and Renee Nicole Good. They're executing people. And then we don't know what's happening in those ICE facilities. They're making concentration camps. There's a giant concentration camp in Texas with children in it. They put that little boy Liam in it with his dad. So there's privately held concentration camps. There's somebody sent me a video of people inside one of the Texas concentration camps where you can hear people were outside and could hear people screaming and crying. This is the United States of America, and we are no better than Chile under Pinochet. We're no different than Hungary under Viktor Orban or Russia. We're just acting like them. So Trump is a regime just like Putin's a regime. It is what it is. So luckily, you're right. People are still filming this and standing up. And what I think really needs to happen, we need these. I wish NABJ was funded with a giant legal defense fund. We need an NABJ LDF. We need a National Hispanic Association LDF. We need because remember LDF broke off from
legal defense fund, right?
Because they realized that, and Thurgood Marshall created it because they're doing all these cases through the NAACP. But he's like, we need one organization that's just doing activism and one that's just focused on litigation. We need an NABJ LDF that needs to be funded yesterday to provide, so people don't, because to your point, people are not just afraid of going to jail, they're afraid of going broke, just fighting the case. Even if they win, this could be $250,000, $300,000, $400,000 in legal fees.
Just being arrested and getting a quality attorney, because there's some full of shit attorneys out there, let me tell
You need
you.
a real one, right?
And just to get a quality attorney to represent you could cost you so much per hour. So just being arrested, right? Just being indicted, even if you turn yourself in, is very expensive. So I couldn't agree with you more about NABJ and NAHJ, the Hispanic journalist organizations. But beyond that, like they should already be putting people in touch with lawyers who will defend journalists pro bono for this. That should be happening. They should be finding attorneys who are against what is happening with this federal government, who are willing to put forth their services for free if any journalists are arrested. That will help give more security and confidence to these journalists as they move forward. But beyond that, I go back to what I always say, and I know we're not in agreement with this, but when it comes to Democratic leadership, Cory Booker just released a new book. He's promoting a new book.
He's running for president.
You can't run for president if you can't be an effective senator. How about that, Cory Booker? Like, get your shit together. I'm tired of it. It's like these Democrats just are not doing, like, where are they in the face of, like, where are the lawsuits? Where's the organization? Where's the fire? People, like, all these statements. Oh, we noticed this. What are you doing about it? And it's not just me. You should read the comments on his Threads page where he announced this new book. Every comment, just about every comment, he is flooded with people saying, when did you have time to even write a book? Why are you not doing something? And not just him, Chuck Schumer, right? Hakeem Jeffries. It goes on and on beyond that to people who are more local. Like, I want to see more from these leaders. It's going to take all of us. It is going to take a village. I'm just tired of it.
Let me just and just on fairness, there are a ton of lawsuits. The attorney generals, Keith Ellison, who's the attorney general of Minnesota,
and Tish James too.
Tish James has filed a lawsuit. The Philadelphia AG, his name is Larry Krasner. This is what I call a spicy white. I talk about my spicy wife. You look up spicy white in the dictionary, Larry Krasner might just come up. His picture might come up. This is the most angry white man other than Jack Smith. Jack Smith got that angry face. He's like that, but he has an angry voice, and I love him. He has filed. These people so there are lawsuits, and I will note that the mayor of Chicago, who we're going to have on the Joy Reid show on Friday, he issued an executive order, honey. He said, I can do an executive order too. And his executive order says, we're going to now follow and film what ICE is doing in Chicago so that we can, and we're asking people to turn in their film from whatever they take on their cell phones, and they're going to catalog them so they can prosecute some of these ICE agents in state court. And he said, you may not get prosecuted at the federal level, but you shall get prosecuted in the city of our Lord of Chicago.
Well, why can't Minneapolis do that?
So this is what
they're not doing that in Minneapolis.
They're not doing it yet. They're not doing it yet. But
why not?
There's no coordination, and this is what I fault the Democratic side on. Each individual mayor, governor, and AG are all forming their own plans. The governor of California, they passed a law. They actually pushed through a law in California that the ICE agents have to take their masks off. That kicks in, I think, sometime soon. So they now cannot be masked in California. So but that should have, when the right passes a law, they cookie cutter the law all over the country. They need to cookie cut that California law and pass it in every blue state.
This is what I'm saying.
So we're not, and I'm not saying that. So what I would say is, and somebody in the chat just said the same thing. It said it's the federal Dems that are clueless. I agree with Christy Blackman. I fault the federal Dems much more than I do the state ones. The state ones are in the fight. They are in the fight, and they are scrambling and coming up. They don't have time to sit back and have a strategy meeting with other states. They got to deal with what's in front of them right now. So I will say state and local Democrats are doing a much better job than federal Democrats. Now, I will say one more thing. Today, the New York Times reported on the day that we're doing this live that the House went ahead and passed a temporary spending measure to keep the government open. That measure only has 2 more weeks of funding for the Department of Homeland Security. So Department of Homeland Security, technically their funding runs out in 2 weeks.
Well,
so
why
here's
did they do that?
because they want to not pay, because what the Republicans wanted was a year of funding for Department of Homeland Security. But Kristi Noem's been spending, like,
Well,
you know, it's
why even
Christmas
give
and she
them a
got her
week
husband
more?
credit card.
Why even give them 1 week more of funding?
I-
Play hardball. Shut
Right,
it down.
But the bottom line is the DHS will run out of money. And so the only thing that the right truly understands is money. And so what I'm hoping happens now, and I don't really have a lot of faith in the federal, like I said, I have more faith in statewide Democrats than federal ones. The federal ones now have to focus and say, when this money runs out, Kristi Noem, you're not getting, like, not a dime more.
But
You're not
will
getting a
they
penny
do
more.
that?
I don't know. And that's
Will
what
they fold
right.
every
I don't know.
time?
I don't know.
Even the Dems fold every time.
And
There's
what
a
I would
council
do,
of mayors across the country. There's
what
a
I would
council of
do is,
governors across the country. They
yeah,
need to get together and get on the same
we
page.
need to get on the same page. And you don't like my music, said what I said. See what I would do. Now, see, this is why God saw fit to not. God didn't give me a restaurant because no ICE person would eat in it. I would be like, segregation now, segregation tomorrow. You go be, if you're hungry, there's above me now. There's a Best Western next door. You better go eat somewhere else. I wouldn't feed you. You couldn't sleep in my hotel. You couldn't get no rest. If I had a gas station, you pull your little ICE car up to it. Nope, no gas. We're closed. I would close. I would literally close to make sure you couldn't get gas, food, lodging, rest, nothing. You could never eat there. And if I found out you was ICE and you off duty, no food, no comment. Right? So, but what they should do is what we heard Christy Blackman say. They should say the negotiating position of the Democratic Party when it comes to not just ICE, but Border Patrol and the Department of Homeland Security itself, the boss of ICE and Border Patrol. Our negotiating position is that you get no money. You will now have a budget of zero.
That extra week that they gotta play hardball because that's what MAGA does. That's what the Republicans do.
I would have cut. Not only would I cut their funding, I would abolish the agency. I would say and you can abolish things by just defunding them. And people are like, abolish ICE. The way you abolish ICE is just eliminate their funding. If you take a line and draw it through their budget item, they are effectively gone. And so
that's what they need to do.
We don't need
because I guarantee you, in a week or two, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, they're going to negotiate some deal, and they're going to end up funding ICE again.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're like Charlie Brown and Lucy with the football with these people. Yeah. It's like, I'm not falling for it. Play hardball. Cut them off.
Yeah, and Kristi Noem's out here in private jets. Kash Patel at the FBI is riding around in fancy vehicles. They're buying these fleets of all these ICE people are riding around in brand new Chevy Suburbans. They are switching license plates every day. So they're purchasing more. They're spending like drunken sailors, and they're spending our money to persecute us. They arrested a lady the other day for having roller skates. They are beating up women in the street. They threw an old woman down a hill in California. I mean, these people are out of control, and they're acting basically like they're Proud Boys. And some of them might be Proud Boys. There's no vetting, 47 days of training. There's just nothing about ICE or Border Patrol.
But this is why you abolish them. This is why you defund them. This is why you don't play nice politics. I give them no credit.
But what I'm saying is
them for another week or two. Play hardball.
The only where we differ is that I'm saying I have empathy for the mayors and governors and AGs in these states because they're in the fight. They're in the war. They are under occupation right now. They are the Palestinians in this scenario. And they're the Palestinians that are fighting just to survive and not have other people get killed. And if I'm the mayor and the AG and everyone dealing with Minneapolis, they're literally just murdering my people in the street and then hiding the identities of the killers. I'm in this fight right now. And so what I need is my partners in Washington to grow some balls, as you're saying, and act like this is a war, because I'm in a war. If I'm a Democrat, I'm saying I'm at war with an occupying force occupying my city and state. They are in Maine. They are destroying people's lives. They took a baby, a 5-year-old child, and put him in a concentration camp with his dad. And the only reason I'm leaving him is free.
But my thing is, the Democratic Party has a chairperson. Pull it together. The Republicans were able to put together a whole Project 2025, which they are implementing day by day.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It was the Heritage Foundation, which are a bunch of Republicans, right? A bunch of extreme Republicans. There are no Democrats in there. There are no no liberals in at the Heritage Foundation. They put it together, handed it over to Trump and his people or whomever, and they're putting it together. Democrats need to answer in kind. Where is Project 2028? I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick
Jacque kind of had it. Can we talk about the young man? Somebody in the chat asked about the young man. There's one more young guy. Can you play the video, Camille? He posted. Now, this is the kid. Before we started playing it, can you just pause it real quick so we can talk about him? He was helping. Well, let's just play it. Go ahead, play it. You can turn the sound up.
Simply because I'm focusing on finishing my degree and graduating in May. However, with an indictment looming, I fear for my safety and the threat of public doxing. Having overcome many obstacles to reach this point, I really hope to be able to complete this semester and graduate and earn my degree. On January 18th, I assisted Don Lemon during his visit to the Twin Cities by helping with logistics and connecting him with local context. Don was reporting on the situation on the ground during the occupation by DHS and ICE and Border Patrol agents. And at that time, I was proud to support his work in exposing the everyday injustices resulted from the federal government's agenda. As a consequence of this support, I am now being targeted by Trump and the federal administration. I say this to say I'm incredibly proud of those who have already faced their.
His name is Jerome Richardson. He's 21 years old. And just to give you guys context again, you know, I'm a history geek, so I love to give you the context. He basically.
Well, remember, we have a guest, Joyanne, that
we
is
do. Very
joining
quickly.
us, and we were supposed to talk about the Grammys.
Oh, we got to talk about Grammys. Yeah.
The Melania documentary.
We'll talk about it with Jay. Yeah, we'll talk with Jay. Real quick, all I'm going to say is he's 21 years old.
Just real quick.
Very quickly, 21 years old. And what he was doing is what James Chaney was doing was for Goodman and Schwerner. Chaney was the guy who was showing Goodman and Schwerner where to go in Mississippi because he was local and knew everybody. And that is how he wound up with Goodman and Schwerner and ended up getting killed with them. This kid is the age of James Chaney, 21 years old. He's a baby and he was doing the logistics. He's the local who was telling Don and the journalists, here's where you need to go for this protest.
He was volunteering. He has a GoFundMe set up as the perfect example of someone who doesn't have the money to deal with all of these types of things. And this is why the Democratic Party and different leaders should have have a group of attorneys already ready to go to help anybody that is targeted by this administration. I can't.
There's somebody in our chat named Dr. Dean who's just a racist troll. We can block him if it's able. Okay, hopefully they're banned.
Okay, thank you, Camille.
Don't come in here trying to troll our people. This is a cousin community, and you're not welcome if you're MAGA. Just know that, you know, if you're like, y'all don't like us because we're MAGA, that is accurate. We don't like you. We don't want you around.
We don't want you here.
Want anything to do with you. You're not welcome in our spaces. And I'm just saying that on this live, MAGA, no, you're right. You are absolutely right that you're not welcome.
Because as the song says, we will block you if you come with that bullshit. We're not down. We got enough going on here. We don't need that. We don't need it. No. We were going to talk about the Epstein files and the Grammys and so many other things. So we're going to try to quickly get through that as we wait for J. Anthony Brown to join us. I don't think he's here yet, right, Camille?
Oh. Not yet.
Okay. So he's not here yet. Let's quickly.
Grammys. Please, let's do Grammys. Oh my God,
let's do the Grammy. Well, let's talk about the Epstein files quickly because I don't want to just dismiss that. Yeah. And we can just quickly talk about the fact that on Friday, you know, with the distraction of Don Lemon and Georgia Ford and all these people being arrested and all the chaos that happened in that day, they dumped like 3 million documents as part of the Epstein files release after they defied a court order a month ago, telling them to release it. And in releasing it, they were saying it was taking them so long because they were trying to be careful with what they released. So they would, you know, they needed to, you know, block out this and block out that. Yeah, exactly. Because what they ended up doing was revealing the names, driver's license, and maybe there was one of that, but just the identity of so many of these victims / survivors that were, victimized during this whole Epstein trafficking situation. And they are livid with what was released because it looks like the Justice Department, in what they were taking their time to do, was redacting all of the
perpetrators.
Yeah, I was going to say the Johns. I was trying to stop myself. But all these, they were trying to protect all these men and ended up re-victimizing, if that's a word, all of these women,
including releasing some video that a lot of people in the world that I'm in there that are trying to go through these files suspect might be a trap to try to get journalists to download what amounts to child porn onto their laptops and computers so that they can then be arrested. So be
What?
very careful if you're going on that FBI link. Don't just download things. Know what you're downloading, because if you download something that technically is child pornography, you may be being set up. So just
Yeah.
be really, really careful if you're going in those files. And that is something that's starting to percolate around town, that they may have left things in on purpose, that they want people who are on the pro Epstein victim side to download so that they can then say, aha, you have child porn on your computer. So just really be careful. And they are doing everything they can, although they dumped so much that they wound up releasing one file, which they then end up getting rid of, but which I believe it was Zateo that got it before it was deleted, that has all these allegations that were called into the FBI about your friend Donald Trump. And they are vile, like the stuff that people were claiming he was doing that included red rum and a grape, as we say on these. It's bad. And again, just because somebody accuses you of something doesn't mean you did it, and it doesn't mean he's guilty of it. But I mean, these are things people were calling in. So, you're just starting to see the amount of people who are focused on him once he was famous. And it could just be that, there's no evidence. We're journalists, so we're not just going to accuse people of stuff. But the other things that have come out, all the tech bros were trying to get meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. And we're not talking about in 2008 before he was convicted. No, honey. We're talking about in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 2019. They were still trying to set up meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. He was funding all these initiatives that are very Palantir adjacent, stuff around surveillance, stuff around tech. These tech bros, they considered him a resource right up until the time that he got arrested. And Steve Bannon, in the same year he was arrested, was making I guess a big documentary with 20 hours of interviews with him. So
yeah, let me mention some of the men that are mentioned in these documents. So Jay-Z, Pusha T, the rapper, Harvey Weinstein, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch, Brett Ratner, who is the director of the new Melania documentary, Richard Branson, who owns Virgin Airlines and all of that, Woody Allen. But I want to say this about, somebody's asking what red rum is, Joyanne, in the comments.
Red rum. Do you ever see The Shining? Red rum. It's The Shining. Red rum.
Don't get her started. But let me just
say murder.
When it comes to Jay-Z, a lot of people in our community are like, "What, Jay-Z?" And there were these rumors on social media that he had left the country and all these things. But let me say what Variety is saying about Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein in this instance, right? Not the other things that Harvey was, taken to trial for and convicted on, but specifically within these files, and rapper Pusha T. They mentioned that the trio that they're mentioned in these documents did not come from Epstein's personal records, nor reports corroborated by law enforcement. The two rappers and the disgraced Hollywood mogul were named in a tip to the FBI, which was archived as part of the Epstein investigation. The tip itself does not imply these individuals were investigated, nor does it in any way imply guilt for the accusations posed. As stated by the DOJ, who you can't trust, because of the sweeping nature of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, everything sent to the FBI by the public in relation to the case was slated for release, meaning some of the accusations posed could be fake or falsely submitted. Now that goes for everybody in there, but these specific things were based on tips that were not investigated when it comes to Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Harvey Weinstein, tips that were not investigated. I just want to put out that out there because our girl Lizzo put out a video defending, I don't know if we have it, defending Jay-Z, and she has just gotten, whoo, girl, they have been coming for her. I don't know if we have it, but she just put out, making this analogy about just because his name was in there doesn't mean, and I'm not in any way defending any of these men. I'm just saying what Variety is reporting when it comes to these three people. Are you hearing anything differently when it comes to Jay-Z specifically, Joyanne? Who, I'm not a big fan of his right now because of that whole NFL thing and the way he did Colin Kaepernick, but that's neither here nor there.
Jay-Z made Bad Bunny Bowl happen. He's all right with me. I like
Yeah.
that. I
But
like what he's doing with the Super Bowl. But no, so I have not seen, and again, I've been talking back and forth with people who are reading the Epstein files pretty much continually. I've heard nothing that I would say is a red flag about Jay-Z as right now. There are definitely photos of him, but a lot of these people participate in these parties. I will flag Brett Ratner, who has multiple serial accusations of being a sex pest or worse and sexual abuse allegations. He's never been convicted of anything. I mean, to make that clear, but a lot of actresses have accused him of sexually predatory behavior. A lot of these rappers and stuff used to party with him because remember, he's a big time director. I think he used to direct music videos. So a lot of the adjacency of people like Jay-Z could have also been through him. There are plenty of pictures of the Diddler. Puffy was all up in Donald Trump's face. A lot of these rappers, let's just be clear, used to party at Mar-a-Lago. Luther Campbell told me that. He said that he was invited to some of these parties at Mar-a-Lago, and Trump would have these rappers around him. Trump is racist, but he likes rich Black people, athletes, and performers, and he will let them party around him. He won't hire Black people, but he would party with them in the 90s very hard. Remember, Donald Trump used to be a Democrat, y'all. And as much as people don't want to accept it, Donald Trump was hanging with Democrats, Democrats. Bill Clinton, the Clintons went to his wedding. He was having all these hip hop artists at his parties. All these Black actors from Hollywood were hanging out at Mar-a-Lago because he was doing like a Robin Hood thing because Palm Beach, Florida is this upper crusty, very white, very waspy area. And they hated Trump because he was new money. He was considered grubby and gross. And so what he would do to be in their face was bring all these Blacks and Jews around him who were not welcome in the clubs in Palm Beach. Blacks and Jews were not really admitted. So he would let them in. So a lot of Blacks know Trump that may not want to admit it now.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is just how the Trump administration just pivoted on this. You know, Donald Trump ran on releasing the Epstein file. Like this was a bit and being full transparency. But then once they got to look at everything, right?
Like,
once they were like, oh, wait a minute. We got some friends and family in here.
And Dan Bongino and Kash Patel made a whole podcast career saying we need to release the Epstein files. JD Vance, all release the Epstein files. Then Kash Patel and Dan Bongino get into the FBI where they have the power to release it. And suddenly they were like, nah, they not near.
Because they took a look at what was in there and they realized, right? They realized some things.
They thought it was just going to be the Clintons and Bill Gates. And they are in there. You know who else is in there?
So we'll see what happens with those members of QAnon and all these MAGA people that were, you know, so protective of children, protect the children. You know, now what are they going to say? Now what are they going to say? Now that their dear leader,
they're going to say, Daddy's not home, Mrs. Torrance. Daddy's not here, Mrs. Torrance.
Let's move on to the Grammys. With your crazy stuff. So the Grammys were Sunday night. And the Grammys were Sunday night. And a lot of, Trevor Noah was the host. And now Donald Trump is talking about suing him for some jokes that he made because he can make jokes. You know, he can be a cruel person and call people names and make fun of people that are mentally or physically challenged. But let somebody make a joke about him and he runs, crying to his lawyers like a big baby.
He's such a little bitch. He's such a little bitch. I'm sorry. He's such a little bitch. Come on.
So now he wants to sue Trevor Noah for making a joke about the Epstein files.
And Greenland. He made a joke about Greenland. Apparently that pissed Trump off too.
Oh, did that too? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was on fire. And, he was like, F it. It's the last time I'm doing these awards because the awards are leaving CBS and they're going to ABC and Disney next year. So that'll be interesting with that company also being, so tied.
Well, Barry Weiss, who's now the very, very Zionist substacker that's running CBS News. God help support CBS News. Thank God she didn't have nothing to do with CBS Entertainment because she probably would have canceled all those jokes about Trump. She probably would have said no saying anything political. Thank God she had nothing to do with running the Grammys because we wouldn't have gotten any of that beautiful goodness. We got those great speeches from Bad Bunny and others, Billie Eilish, all these people speaking up against the regime. None of that would have happened if she was in charge. So thank God.
Yeah. There were a lot of that, a lot of great speeches, a lot of F-ICE, anti-ICE, anti-Donald Trump. I was happy to see it. Although our boy, we were talking about how he really didn't say anything political. Kendrick Lamar.
I was surprised. I was like, SZA, if SZA hadn't said anything, there wouldn't have been anything said during his tour when he won the biggest award, Record of the Year, and he
Yeah.
really had nothing political to say, which surprised me a little bit. But thank God SZA jumped in, and said something, reaching out and being political. It was interesting. And then the Pharrell speech was just weird to me. I mean, and my fave, Q-Tip, I'm a Tribe Called Quest super fan. And Q-Tip, you get Q-Tip to introduce you. Tip is up there, the abstract. He's up there and he introduces you and he's like, he gets up and he's like, just work hard. I'm in my velour Gucci suit. What is he? He's Louis Vuitton. What is he? Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. He's Louis
I'm in
Vuitton.
my velour Louis Vuitton, and you can have a velour Louis Vuitton as well. Just work hard. And I'm like, what?
Anybody who is taking the stand right now, if you're an entertainer, it's like never before have the words been more true: to whom much is given, right? Much is required. If you have a platform where you have a lot of fans leaning into you, it is your responsibility. I'm sorry, you may not want to do it, but you need to learn yourself some knowledge and get out there and speak out, because it is really going to take all of us. And some people, especially music, I think music is one of the most important instruments out there to inform people. People really listen to the lyrics, the words, these artists are being themselves, right? They're not portraying characters. They're really giving you a piece of themselves through this music. Yeah. And I really feel like there is this responsibility. I know there's some people who don't agree with that. They feel like people should just shut up and perform. I don't agree. I really am inspired by artists who are bold enough and brave enough to get up on a stage when they can, like Bruce Springsteen and Kerry Washington and SZA and Billie Eilish and all these people. Jane Fonda, Lady Gaga, but Jane Fonda,
Shabuzi just got in the industry, and he's
giving people mad at Shabuzi, girl. People are mad. Bernice King had to come after him because Shabuzi said, and I don't know.
Immigrants built this country. He's a daughter. He's a son of an immigrant.
People are mad at him because that is very.
He's in country music. He's in country music. Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, if you're gonna say something, know what you're talking about. Right? Know what you're talking about. Immigrants did not build this country, right? And it's almost an erasure of Black Americans who were brought here and enslaved and worked for free forever. We were not immigrants.
I don't think that's what he meant.
No, it's not what he meant, but it is how people took it, because it's how he said it. And that's my thing. You got to know what you're talking about. I wish a lot of there are a lot of entertainers out there who are well-read. They're very up on issues. Before you speak on something, hire somebody, right? Hire somebody to just kind of make sure you're well-read on certain things before you get out there and open your mouth to the world. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he meant any harm. I get what he was trying to say, but you're insulting, both of my parents. I'm descendants of African, enslaved people on both sides. That's an insult, right? My people were not immigrants. And so Bernice King herself and so many people were bothered by that. So just if you're gonna say something, get it right.
I think his heart was in the right place. It didn't come out the way I think he meant.
But he's and I think people are correcting him with love, and that's what I'm doing too. Know what you're talking about before you open your mouth. And now more than ever, it's important to be well-read, to understand the issues. We need people not to just be out there speaking out, but to know what they're saying.
And I will say this, and I think Shabuzi is. I think his parents are immigrant or Caribbean. I think, or I don't know where they're from, but this is where I have to sometimes gather my people, my Caribbean people, who don't, who will sometimes be tone deaf. And unfortunately, Nikki one of them too. Nikki is a Caribbean. She's a Trini. And the Caribbean Blacks, he's not okay. They're saying Nigerian. He's Nigerian. So that we sometimes, and I'm half African and half Caribbean, so I can speak on it. I'm American born, but sometimes I have to gather my immigrant brethren and sistren, because we have to. There has to be homage given, to your point, Jackie, to African Americans who built the most powerful culture on earth. Like there's no culture more powerful than what African Americans built. If somebody was saying the only truly American art form is jazz, that's not true. The first original American art form is gospel music. And it was literally a gospel musical choir that went to Europe, and people heard them and said, oh, that is the first truly original American form of music. And so if you're not acknowledging that gospel music, the very first American music, and then jazz, then country, rock and roll, that's all African Americans, and
Yeah.
without African Americans, there actually is no unique American culture, because the white people were trying to do Europe. They were trying to like be little Europe. So they didn't even they didn't try to create an original American culture. The only original sort of American white thing that's ever been created is like square dancing. Like that's not that great. You know what I mean? So you got to give, so with our Caribbean, sometimes y'all and my African brothers and sisters, you got to give homage. I don't think he meant it like that. I don't think that was his intent, but yeah.
But know what you're talking about before you get on a national stage in that way.
Yeah,
because
fair.
Also, a lot of the Caribbean artists, Caribbean American artists, artists from Africa and different places like that who come and act and do all things that wouldn't be able to come here if it weren't for the blood, sweat, and tears of enslaved, Black Americans, right? That lived through Jim Crow and all of those that fought for the opportunity that they benefit from.
Yeah. So, and the civil rights movement very much incorporating, Stokely Carmichael was Caribbean, you have, the Shirley Chisholms of the world, but the ones who come in here, like my mother did, they come in and they're like, oh, we're African-American now, and so that's the culture we're going to pay homage to, because we know, Guyanese people didn't build America, Guyanese people built Guyana, and Jamaicans built Jamaica and did all the labor, the same things that African-Americans did here, the people in these countries did there, but once you get here, you are the culture that you are attaching yourself to is African-American culture. So you need to give homage to it. And I say that to the, the Candace Owens of the world who are Caribbean descent. You see it. And Stephen A. Smith is not quite, because he's Virgin Islander, which you're supposed to know better because you're an American. But sometimes my island people, it's a little something.
It's some disrespect. I mean, I've experienced it firsthand, and I've heard about it. It comes a lot from, there's a disrespect that not all, that many Caribbean people, many African people have towards Black Americans. And I take issue with that, especially when you are living here, you want to come here and chase the American dream, but then you don't want to give respect to the Black Americans that made that possible for you. Right. They look down on us. We're lazy. They give into the stereotypes that Black people have about us. And that's why so many of them come here and they end up voting with somebody like a Trump, right? Because they don't have respect for who we are and what we've built. That's a problem.
Too many. And I was
they don't align with us.
Not always. And I think that has changed.
Not all of them, not everybody, but it happens a lot. Because I've heard Africans talk about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
My mom told me this: when you go to America, don't get with a Black African person because they're this, they're that. All that needs to stop.
Yeah, it needs to stop.
I mean, put some respect on our culture.
No, I agree with that. I 100% agree. I would not argue with that at all. And I think it has gotten better since I've been a kid. But you have this thing where Caribbean people come in and they have an immigrant mindset, and they have, we work hard, and their assumption, especially, and I will say this, just as somebody who has African side of my family, they presume that African Americans have it so good because it's like, you're already here where we want to be. So they view being an American as such an advantage that they're like, well, why don't you just take advantage of all the bounty around you like I am? And they don't understand they have the immigrant, a blessing of having a foreign accent. And so being able to get some benefits that African Americans won't get, like they'll be let into certain places. I mean, my godmother was working at Bonwit Teller in the 1950s, which is now Trump Tower. The Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue used to be a Bonwit Teller store, which is very high end, higher than Bloomingdale's. It's like a Bergdorf Goodman. You used to have to wear white gloves to work in there. She was the only Black person with white gloves working at the counter. All the other Blacks worked in the back. But she could because she had that Caribbean accent. And so they're like, you're not really Black, so you're a different kind of Black. And so unfortunately, the divide and conquer has worked on a lot of Caribbean and African immigrants. And so they think of themselves as immigrants first and not African American. Whereas like my mother was like, no, y'all African American. Y'all weren't born in Guyana. So you just African American. So she said, that's the boat we on. We just gonna ride with that. But not everyone is taught that way. That's all I will say. And I wish more.
Not everybody. Not everybody, but enough to piss me off.
They learning though, honey, because all them Haitian Americans that was voting for Donald Trump.
Come on.
Today is February 3rd in the year of our Lord 2026. TPS is officially ended today. If you are unfortunately a Haitian immigrant, you are deportable as of right now. and
Yeah.
they're coming for all of y'all. And a lot of those Haitians are conservative. They're Catholic. They're very conservative socially. And if y'all were with Trump, he not with you, baby. Y'all in very deep trouble right now.
Yeah.
Very deep.
First the
Very deep.
Somalians, and now the Haiti. He's just coming after one black and brown immigration group after the other. Meanwhile, if you came here from Italy or Germany and you don't have your papers, or Sweden or something like that, you good.
Oh, Slovenia. Slovenia is good. Slovenia, fine. You are best immigrant. Be best.
Let's talk about.
I
don't know. Let me text J. Anthony Brown, because I don't know. You know, J. Anthony Brown. He
remember the last time. So we were supposed to have J. Anthony Brown on the first time, and he didn't. He was trying to go pick up his like a child member, his family,
nephew from the airport,
his nephew from the airport, and he didn't have his laptop, and so he did. And then the next week, we were about to buy him a laptop. That's how it would feel like. Jay, catch up with technology. He did not have his laptop, was not ready to go. So yeah, so we're gonna make sure that he gets on point. People are laughing about the Slovenian accent, but seriously, that lady, one of the things I will say, nobody wants to talk about the Melania movie, but I was listening to the Daily Beast podcast about it, Michael Wolff and the Daily Beast editor, I'm so sorry, I forget, Susanna Coles. Susanna went to the film, and she said one of the things that's really interesting about the film is, Melania Trump supposedly got a genius visa, an H1B2, HB2, which is called a genius visa, which is supposed to be for highly skilled immigrants. One of her high skills is that she's supposed to be multilingual. So apparently in the Melania movie, which just chronicles like 20 days before the inauguration, she is having a conversation with Brigitte Macron, who is the first lady of France, and Queen Rania of Jordan. And the three of them are like comparing their charitable work. And they're on a Zoom. And Brigitte Macron is prattling off in French. Now, presumably, Miss Melania with the genius visa should be able to speak in French back to her. Baby, she don't answer her in no French. She starts writing notes in English on a paper. And it's like, that heifer don't speak no French. She speaks one language, whatever that is that come out of her mouth when she opened it, because they're not English. Maybe it's Slovenian. I think she should just speak Slovenian. I'll probably understand her better. But she be out here like, I believe do best. And she just like, where is Michelle Obama words for me to say? Or Michelle Obama words. Give Michelle Obama words so I can say better.
You know what I love about what I love most about the Melania documentary coming out, and we can talk about whether or not it did well in the box office, is that the Michelle Obama documentary Becoming is winning. It's #1 on Netflix. There we go, because everybody understood the assignment. And we were like, our forever first lady will be #1 forever and always. And it is #1. It is trending #1 on Netflix, because everybody went to watch it this weekend. In your face, Melania.
And by the way, the mainstream media is they're trying to make it sound like her documentary is like the best of the best. It's done the best of any documentary in the last 10 years. And they're trying to make it the greatest. I just want to note for you, it made $7 million in its opening weekend. So that's great. But here's the challenge. It cost $35 million to make, on top of the $40 million that just went into Melania Trump's pocket. So it made $7 million. It cost $75 million all in. So that's not a win, but they want to say it's a win. Michael Jackson's This Is It, which is the highest grossing documentary of all time, made $261,183,588.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit 9/11, which is the top rated political documentary of all time, made $221 million. There is a documentary called Jackass 3D, which made $171 million. So, it's all relative. This is only the first weekend, but I just think we need to level set a little
quick in the mainstream media, to your point, so quick to say it's a success. I mean, they were saying that a lot of tickets, and you may have told me this, Joanne, because we talk so much, I forget what I'm hearing from this person, but that a lot of tickets were purchased and theaters were not, to capacity, because they were just trying to buy tickets. I mean, when you think about all the money that Trump and his people have, and the MAGA people in that world, they could go and buy out theaters. It doesn't mean that there were actually butts in seats.
Right.
I
They were
can
buying
see them
out theaters
doing that.
because there was a big concern that it would be an embarrassment to the first lady if the film did not do well. So you had a lot of Republican organizations. There's a gentleman who does a Substack where he follows movie opening weekends who said that they were buying out theaters in key markets in Texas, in Florida, different places where there are plenty of Republicans, and they would just buy the whole theater out. Now, that doesn't mean people actually sat in the seat, as you said, but I would say that, let's say out of the 7 million, let's just say that's pretty good. You know, they're saying it's the most that was made in 10 years. Okay, let's just say it was. That wouldn't even put it in the top 100 documentaries of all time. Number 100 is 2014's Island of Lemurs, Madagascar. which made $12 million internationally and $11,750,000 domestically. So if they can get to Island of Lemurs, Madagascar, I mean, like the Taylor Swift documentary made like $35 million. Like, you know, I know they want it to be one thing. They want it to be one way, but it's the other way. That's all I'm saying.
It's just, they're crazy. But I do want to mention one other thing before we wrap up. So there's this controversy with this new film from Christopher Nolan, the Helen of Troy remake. And it's still months away from release. And it's a highly anticipated adaptation of the Odyssey. And it's already stirring up trouble because the film is expected to be one of the biggest of the year. But the casting choice has Tesla CEO Elon Musk ready to boycott because starring as Helen of Troy is one of the most beautiful women in the world, Lupita Nyong'o.
Baby, what?
Baby, they are pissed.
Don't say no more. I'm about to.
Girl, they mad. They mad. Elon is all over social media saying things like, he took the X to say, Helen of Troy was fair-skinned, blonde, and the face that launched 1,000 ships because she was so beautiful that men started a war. He continued, casting choices that make the premise incoherent are admissions that the story was never the point and an insult to the author.
What an idiot. Girl. Helen of Troy is where'd he get that from? Where'd he get that from?
Let me just add this about Helen of Troy, because people who are defending, like, who's to say? I mean, it's a Greek mythology. She could look like so many things. But here's what somebody said. Helen of Troy is a mythological figure. She can be played by anyone. Her race is unimportant to the narrative. Diane Kruger is not Greek either. And I think that's who they thought was going to play her. But how about that Helen of Troy was hatched from an egg after her mother was raped by a Greek god in the form of a swan?
Oh my God.
She was hatched from an egg. She could look like what? I mean, wait, what? How does that person have to be
like when people say, this is like when people say Santa is white, and it's like,
and Jesus is white.
Well, no, Jesus white is even crazier because Jesus is actually, you can actually trace that, you know, there is an actual, you know, if you trace the etymology from Abraham down, you can get a human that was existed. And there's no way that person, right? And if you believe in the historical Jesus, he could be a lot of things, but not white because there were no white people there. He would have been the only white person there.
They have miscasted Jesus for film after film after film. They have casted him as a blonde,
and by the way,
white man.
If he was a blonde with blue eyes, people would have thought he was the devil because they'd have been like, well, nobody looks like that here. Why is there a thing that looks like with blonde hair? Why is there how did this brown woman, how did this little brown Palestinian have a blonde hair, blue eyed child? They'd be like, oh, that's the devil. He wouldn't even made it to crucifixion. 33. He wouldn't have even made it to 33 because they would have been like, why is there a blonde, blue eyed man here? How did he get here? Lady, who were you sleeping with that you had a blonde, blue-eyed child? They would have been like, that is not his daddy. That Joseph could not have said, that's my child. He would have stood out so much. They would have been like, you better crucify him now because there's nobody around here with blonde hair and blue eyes. Even the Romans who are running us have dark hair and dark eyes. What are you, little Jesus? With your little blonde, blue-eyed self. He would have been run out of town, and Mary would have been run out with him.
Whose baby is this? Who baby is this?
Mary, come here, you little heifer. Who was you sleeping with? What was you sleeping with? Because they ain't nobody that looked like this around her. We got dark hair, we got black hair, we got brown hair, we got a lot of looks. This little blonde hair, blue eyed child. Who daddy is it?
Who daddy is it? Who daddy is it?
Mary, come here.
Call Mari Povich. They would have had to have Mari Povich.
Not they would have been like, Joseph, you are not the father. You are not. They would have been. Joseph would have been like on stage, like, I love Mary. I can't explain why the baby blonde and blue eyed.
Listen,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't explain it to you. Why? I can't. I don't know. Yes, he looks Norwegian. I know. I don't know what Norway is because I'm in Palestine and I've never heard of Norway. I can't. I don't know. You are not the father. They're trying to make Jesus white. It's like he would have been sunburned. He walking around with a little toilet thing on. His whole side.
Girl, they would have had a little umbrella over him all the time, running out after him with a little umbrella.
They'd be like, Jesus, what's wrong with you? I said it's hot. You know that people couldn't even deal with slavery because it was too hot. What you think I'm doing? It's even hotter over here than in Mississippi. I'm trying to save y'all souls. Give me one of them leaves that y'all use on give me one of them leaves and put it over my head. It's hot. I'm doing this for you. Some bread and some fish to be distributed to these damn kids. They're hungry.
Jesus, going out there and play.
No.
It's too hot. I want to stay here with you, Mama.
It's hot. This isn't for my skin. I'm blonde and blue-eyed. What do you want from me?
Why am I peeling like this?
Does anybody have any SPF 137? How to help you? Salvation is nigh. Shit. Maybe like,
oh my God,
Father, take me now. Lord, forgive them. They know not what they do, and they ain't got no sunscreen for a nigga. So Father, just take me home now. I don't want to stay. I don't want to be here anymore.
Every time they put Jesus on the screen, he should have had an umbrella, girl. Can you imagine in every film and adaptation of the Bible that Jesus had a little umbrella?
Hot, man. They didn't tell me it was gonna be like this. We didn't mention this. Blonde hair and blue eyes. I'm just
well, here in the 11th hour is J. Anthony Brown.
We're trying to hold the comedy down without you, man.
And we're back.
Anthony Brown, I'm gonna fight you. A, because you are on your phone and we can tell.
Yeah,
and
I
B,
told you I don't have a computer. I was on my phone
You
the last time.
the last time you were on your computer, you just had bad lighting. You were on a computer. And then what do you mean Birmingham time? What is that?
That's what time I said. I'm in Birmingham.
Isn't that Eastern Standard Time?
No, it's not the same time. Atlanta and Birmingham
time.
Yeah, that was a confusion.
But no. You asked me what time. I said 4:00. Why would I say 4:00 Birmingham time?
Because I'm in Birmingham.
Nigga, I don't know where you are.
I told you I was in Birmingham. Okay, I'm here now. What? What do you want? What? What is it? What do you need?
I love you, Dancy Brown.
Did you see the Melania movie? Did you see the Melania movie? So you could give us.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, first of all, Melania is not stupid at all. Don't let anybody think she's stupid. She is getting over like a fat rat. She ain't got to have sex with him. She ain't got to sleep with him. She ain't got to hold his hand, and she getting banked. That's what a lot of women would want. Get banked. Don't have to sleep with him. Don't have to sleep in the same room with him, and get banked. But everybody who's around Trump is getting banked. In my opinion of Trump, he's not smart enough to be this evil. He's really not.
He's not.
He's evil, but he's not smart enough to be this damn evil. It comes from Stephen Miller and all the other people who are sucking him dry for money and making money hands over Trump. Because he's stupid. Yeah, he's a stupid man.
Well, he's so stupid. He's fallen into about $4 billion since he's become president the second time.
Yeah, he's made a whole lot of money, but he won't be able to spend it. It's gonna come a time when he won't be able to spend it. And what he did to Don Lemon was it was a perk walk. That's all it was. It just, that's all it was, to embarrass him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to embarrass him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
gonna make Don Lemon bigger than he was before.
Thousand percent.
Oh my God. He was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes,
I
he
know.
was last night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Yep.
killed it. Killed
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Killed. He
He
did real
made Don
good.
Lemon much bigger. I mean, I said this to Don on his show. I said, this is the biggest own goal in the history of the DOJ. You prosecuted the wrong
Yeah.
Don, the wrong brother,
Yeah.
because there's nobody who knows what to do with this more than Don
More
Lemon.
than Don Lemon.
He
Yeah.
understands the assignment. He knows what his role is in independent media. He's a leader of us in independent media. He was out there, ahead of so many of us that was getting into that. He and Roland Martin really were leading in this space.
Oh yeah, Roland is but Roland won't let anybody talk. But if you go on his show, I mean, yeah, he'll ask you. Roland will ask you a question and answer. Well, okay, well, that's the answer. Okay, you just answered it.
And will yell at you while doing it.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
yell though.
You
My
know I
Uncle
love
Rolo.
Roland. You know I
No,
love
we do.
Roland.
We
I
love him
love
on
Roland.
the show too. Jay, what are your thoughts on the Epstein files? Now that all these names are coming out, I was looking for J. Anthony Brown, but thankfully your name.
You know
is
what's
not
so
in.
bad about it? I'm just here to tell you, had they invited me, I probably would have gone, but I never got invited to Epstein. I never got invited to Jamie Foxx. I never got invited to Diddy. And I was right there. Like, what is wrong with me? What?
You weren't the right age, my friend.
I don't know. What's wrong with me? Why can't I go?
You wanted the kids.
How did
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx get in this? What do you mean?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. First of all, can we talk about Jamie? What was that bedspread suit he had on? I thought that was the worst. That was horrible.
At
It
the
looked like a quilt. It looked like a quilt.
We love Jamie Foxx. No.
Yeah. You know, you
Yeah.
can insult somebody by saying, I love you, but yada, yada, yada. That's so
Yeah. And Jamie's a comedian. So you comedians, y'all are sensitive though. Y'all are a sensitive group.
Jackie, you're absolutely right. I've owned a comedy club for 12 years in LA. And the most fights, Joy, and the most arguments I had was between comedians. Not customers, comedians.
Yeah.
He stole my music. He stole my joke. He didn't get off the stage long enough. He know that's my song. He messed with the audience, and he know I mess with the audience. We are the most not me.
Right.
Yeah,
Except you.
other comedians.
Not you, Jay. Not you, Jay. You got to get mad at me for messing with you.
You just said you were mad that you didn't get invited to Epstein Island. Like you just got through saying that you sensitive about that.
And that's right. He said, I'm here now. What you want? Jay, did you hear that Donald Trump is thinking of talking about suing Trevor Noah for the jokes he made about him during the Grammys?
He's not going to. You know what? If Donald Trump sues Trevor Noah, first of all, he's got to make a deposition and he's not going to go on the stand. He's not going to sue him. He's not. And not only that, he's not going to stop the jokes. The jokes are not going to. He's a walking joke.
Wait a minute. I just realized that if he sues him, the specific joke that Trevor Noah told is that Nicki Minaj is going to tell Trump. I mean, Trump is going to tell Nicki Minaj that he's the one with the really big ass, not her. So would that mean that in Discovery, Trump would have to show the size of his own ass? Just saying.
He has to prove.
And go ahead, Jackie. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but then please make your point, because there was a case with Marlon Wayans, and Jay, you know the one I'm talking about, where this guy sued Marlon Wayans for a joke because Marlon Wayans said that this man looked like this character, this animated character. But Marlon Wayans ended up winning the case because the man actually did favor. He actually was.
Yes.
And then Trump have to show his little ass.
If Donald Trump sues Trevor Noah for doing a big ass joke, he's got, like you said, he's got to show his ass. So if he shows his ass, he's got to wipe it first, because you know what comes.
No, it's full of
that's a dangerous ass, man.
Have y'all seen the video where he's sitting in front of all these people, and then all of a sudden everybody starts going like this, and then they rush everybody out of the room immediately.
They rush
It seems like he dumped in his pants, and at least it looks like maybe he dumped.
Somebody put sound effects to that whole movement where you can hear.
Because the lady goes like this, she's right behind.
Yeah, ladies like that. Yeah.
And on The Apprentice, the guy who used to be the audience handler or the talent wrangler, he says that he would dump in his pants, and they would have to. There was somebody whose job it was to change his diaper.
What?
Wow. Yeah.
Even that long ago?
Yeah, he's been doing that for a while. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you optimistic about the future of this country? I mean, every day is something.
No, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, and more people are going to die on camera. More people will die because of this administration and because of these ICE agents have this attitude that I can do whatever I want. I can arrest whoever I want. I can break the glass. I can throw you on the ground. So why would they eliminate killing you? It's not going to be eliminated. It's going to get worse until this administration is completely wiped out and we get rid of all these sycophants who are around Donald Trump, laughing at his stupid ass jokes, laughing at the fact that they know he's horrible. They know. I wish I could hear what they say about him when we're not around. Because they talk about, hell, every boss I had, I talked about. Every damn boss I had.
And if you listen to Michael Wolff, this is his reporting, is that they all despise him. Back when I was doing my Trump book, all you would hear when you would
all hate him.
People, they all hate him.
Yeah. But they're afraid of him, though. They really are afraid of him. They're all afraid of him. And hatred with fear is a dangerous thing because it turns against you. It'll turn against you. And he's sleeping with one eye open, and he's not healthy. And he is asleep all the time. He's not checking his eyes for cracks. He's asleep. His ass is asleep. I know sleep. We all know sleep when we see sleep. One thing about black people, we know when somebody's sleeping. Now, they might wake up, start like, what time did the weatherman come on? Your ass was asleep.
Yo, have y'all ever done it in church? You be in church and you be trying to listen. And you be listening and you be trying like you praying, but you know you're going. You feel yourself going. And then when you wake up, you say, praise the Lord, praise the Lord.
Yeah, you wake up to anybody got some pennies. Like, what the hell are you saying?
Yeah, and then that's right. Your grandma, your mama will hand you the you just
with that elbow, right? Oh, that's the lawsuit.
That's the lawsuit with Marlon Wayans.
This is the lawsuit.
He looks like Cleveland.
He does look like Cleveland. Oh my God! Oh my God! He looks exactly like Cleveland.
Yeah, he looks just eyes and everything. Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
Even the
everything.
eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Exhibit A. Yeah. Exhibit A. Case dismissed. Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
So can you imagine Trump trying to disprove?
He don't have a bigger ass than they would have to drop draw. They would have to drop their draws and see who ass was bigger. And if he has a BBL, I'm done. If he has a BBL, I'm leaving the country. I'm out. If he get a BBL just to win.
Poor Nikki really thought she was on the winning team by going over on the Trump side, and he played her. But like you said, I saw your drop you did the other day. They can always find one Negro to sing their song. They can always find one Negro who go, and Master going, Master been good to us. We love Master. Man, I'm sticking with Master. They can always find one or two of them that do that and have no shame in the game. And that's Nikki. She thought she was getting a gold card. She got a gold card, but it ain't worth a damn.
Right.
I know.
Right.
Again, it's that we were talking about it earlier before you came on, Jay. This is my immigrant brothers and sisters, and she's a Trini. Half my cousins that are Guyanese married to Trinis. And she got played because she thinks she can speed up the process to get her immigration with this card. But the White House is like, no, that's just a memento, darling. That's not, it's worthless. But she bragged about it, and now she looks like a fool. But she's not mad about it. She was at the Melania screening at the White House. She was at a Mar-a-Lago wedding. She's in the family now. They love her.
But see, what we do as Black people, there'll come a time, mark my words, where she gonna want to come back. She gonna want to, and we are always so welcoming of people that want to come back into the fold.
I hope we don't let her ass back in.
Like, this is it.
No,
this is it. She can't come back in. We're
We're
gonna leave
done.
her outside like in Sinners.
Ask
You know, she's
Yes.
Candace.
gonna stay
Candace,
outside.
We supposed to be living
Candace
together and
got her
doing
edges
good.
done. Candace was like, "Look, my edges are good now. Can I come back?" And people are like,
No,
your
you
hair
can't
looks
come
good
back.
though." They were like, "Your
Yeah.
pressing, your silk press is fine, but
She will
Candace,
come back
Herschel
like
Walker,
sinners.
Nicki Minaj, they can't come back.
Chrisette
Yes.
Michelle's like,
No,
"Can I come back?"
Chrisette
People are like,
Michelle. No, we gotta forgive Chrisette.
they don't
We
phone
gotta
Chrisette.
bring
We gotta
Gloria
Stephen A.
Gaynor.
Smith. What about Stephen A. Smith?
No, done. Done. No,
I
let them
can't.
burn.
I don't own the door. I don't own the card. So I don't.
But if I was on the door,
Nope.
I'm not on
No.
the door.
Next.
oh
I
my
stay in my
God.
place because I'm Caribbean American, so I'm only African American one generation in. I was born in Brooklyn,
I know,
but I
but
try
that's what
to
I'm. That's
defer to my
that's
African
the thing
American
I'm
brothers and
saying.
sisters.
We're
So,
next.
no, I don't run the show.
If they're killing white people like they're killing white people, we're next. Yeah, if they're doing this
Well,
to
they've
white
been
people,
killing us. Yeah.
yeah, they've been killing us, right? Yeah, but I really like the attitude of black people. Like,
Ooh,
we tried to tell your ass that he was. We told you.
It's
We
like that
told-
TikTok guy.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see if the the Snoops, the Nickies, the Amber Rose. Let's see if they're at the America Fest because
Yeah.
USA is doing their own Super Bowl halftime show in protest over Bad Bunny Bowl. And let's see if any of them get put on for that because that's probably a paid
Here's the
gig.
thing that gets me about Bad Bunny. So what? We don't understand what he's saying. But we had singers who sang stuff. When Michael Jackson went Mama Shade, we had no idea. We don't know what that was. Yeah. When Dennis Edward went Mama Shade, Mama Shade, what the hell is he saying?
Don't
Nobody-
look any further.
Don't look
Can I
any
just tell you,
further.
Jane, to your point, when I was a kid and I was a Michael Jackson super fan, I had you bought the album. I'm sorry for the
When you could read the word, right.
and you could read the words, and I hung the whole poster on my wall. But when he said, I was an adult before I understood that when he was saying, what was one of the lines that he said? There was a line from oh no, now I'm gonna forget what it was. Anyway, go ahead. Menopause done got me. But there's some of his lines where I was like, I don't understand what he was saying. Oh,
What nobody knew what he was saying.
Keep up with the full stop. And I used to think, keep up with the full stop. Do something again. And I never thought it made
He
sense
said,
because there's a
keep up
logical
with the
person.
bus stop. That's what I thought he said. Keep
Right.
up
And I was like,
with
keep
the
up
bus
with the full
stop.
stop. And I would sing it with my whole chest. I would say, keep up with the force stop. And
Yeah.
even I thought it didn't make sense because I'm like, if you're saying keep up with the force, why are you saying stop?
We
But I didn't
go
question it.
back further than that. When Little Richard said, wop, bop, loo, bop, what the hell? What the hell?
You just went along with it. It's just like, okay.
Now we got to
What
come with
about
Bad
the
Bunny.
Bone Thugs and Harmony? They would say bum 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 bum. I tell you what you gonna do, it ain't no way to hide. And judgment
Nobody said a
comes.
word. Nobody said a word.
And you're like, what? That got him, and and then you jump in, and I'm gonna miss everybody. Oh, I'm gonna miss everybody, and then you jump in where you can, because the rest of it, I'm like, I don't know what they were saying. They both does.
Yeah, we don't know what Bad Bunny. I hope you sing every song in Spanish. Sing it in Spanish. Go every
Oh
damn
my
song.
God, I can't wait.
Every damn song. But you know what? They got their own halftime show. And you know who the headliner is? The headliner is Kid Rock. That's the headliner.
Oh God.
That's who's gonna bring it home, yeah.
That's that. And he's doing all the gigs. He's doing the Kennedy Center. Go ahead.
Yeah, Lee Greenwood would be there to sing America because they believe they're more patriotic than we are. They really believe that. Yeah, they really believe that.
More Christian and more patriotic. They hate this country. They hate this country and everything it stands for.
Yes.
They hate the Constitution. They hate everything. I'm surprised they haven't
anybody that
knocked down
doesn't
the
look
Statue
like
of Liberty
them.
yet.
Right.
It's a sad world. Well, Jay, we appreciate you. I think we are
You're
coming
dropping
to
in? You believe me dropping in? We gonna wrap this up now?
Yeah, Jay. Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm not leaving. I'm gonna be like the boyfriend you can't put out. So what y'all doing next?
Where we eating tonight?
What we doing next?
Where we going next?
No, Jay. No. 4 o'clock. That's when you were
Yeah.
supposed to join
Yeah.
Birmingham. I
Have
told
you
you I was
ever,
in
I'm gonna ask y'all
Birmingham.
this, have you ever faked that you had to go somewhere to get somebody at your house? Ooh, I got to go to the airport.
You know what? And you know, I hate to end this, but I gotta go to the post office. But it's Saturday. I know, but like they be opening for me sometimes. Maybe just
And gathering your things while they're
Yeah, oh
you
yeah,
know,
oh yeah,
yeah,
oh
I
yeah,
gotta
oh yeah, yeah.
okay, all right,
Mhm,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I'll
yeah.
just stay here till I'm gonna just sit here till y'all come back. How about that?
But yeah, what's for dinner? What y'all cooking? What y'all finna cook? We don't eat no more, baby. We stopped eating. We decided
We
you do
stopped eating. We stopped.
we don't do that no more.
All right, all right. I'll be on time the next time. I swear I will. I'll be in Atlanta if you invite
Authority
me
Brain
back.
also want to know what we finna do. Where you gonna be? Where you gonna be next? Where can we
Yeah,
see
what
you?
you finna do? Yeah, yeah.
Jay and I are going to bum rush. I told DL when he and Don Lemon come to Atlanta because those tickets are been sold out. I told him we were going to bum rush.
Well, I keep telling everybody I'm famous. I ain't worrying about it. I can get in. I'm famous.
I told
I'm
Jay
not
Anthony.
Michael
I
Jackson
told him that.
famous. I'm not run behind the car famous or faint or throw underwear at you famous.
Right.
But I'm pretty famous. I'm pretty
You mama
famous.
say Mama Kusa famous. You that famous.
Yeah,
You know
mama,
that.
there you go. There you go.
Jay Anthony Brown, we appreciate you. We love
We
you.
love y'all. We love y'all. All right, both
All
of
right,
y'all.
Birmingham. Say hello to
All right.
Birmingham for us.
I will.
Bye,
Get back to
Birmingham.
the right time zone. Goodbye.
All right. Bye.
All right, y'all. And with that, we're going to wrap things up here. Whoo, this has been a fun 2 hours, child. My
Y'all,
God.
listen.
I'm laughing at the laundry list of things that I can see in your eyes that you have to do.
Oh, you already know my phone is on fire. I've had 18 texts.
But you know what? You needed this. This is your therapy. You needed this. I needed this. We both needed this laugh. And I know everybody in this audience who hung out with us today needed this in light of everything going on in the world, y'all.
Amen.
We gotta, it's hard to hold on to hope. We trying, but we gotta laugh sometimes and have some fun and enjoy ourselves when we can in these moments. So we thank you all for being here. This is what read that is all about, right? We want to keep you informed with a little bit of fun because we keep it real. So y'all be sure to like and subscribe and comment and follow. Tell a friend, join our Cousin Nation. Y'all learn the song so that the first week of March, we gonna sing it again for y'all. We don't know what we're gonna do with this delay situation, but we're gonna work it out. But y'all please follow all the things that my cousin, sister, soror friend Joy Ann Reid is doing. Just go to joyannreid.com. She's smart. We know that. She made it simple for you. Just go to joyannreid.com and you can find your way to the plethora of things that she is doing. And there is an abundance of projects that she is working on. But mostly, please subscribe and support the Joy Reid Show over on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, just hop over there and follow and just do all the things because we want her to get to 1 million subscribers because she is doing the Lord's work.
Jesus.
On a regular basis.
And the Lord that's appropriate to the region is the Lord that I'm talking about. And please,
umbrella.
Not the one that got to be over here like, Lord, it's hot, y'all. God, the Father, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me we're gonna be like this. Why'd you get fire, Lord? Yes, so we are gonna my phone ringing again. Please also make sure that you subscribe to and follow all the things that my source, sister cousin friend Jacque Reid is doing. We've already gotten somebody that's been in the chat saying they've already gotten their vegansexycool.com subscription. You are a subscriber. That means you're going to be vegan and sexy and cool. Why not join that incredible club? Because who wouldn't want that? You want to go to vegansexycool.com. You're going to get tips, food to eat, things to wear, fabulous fashion, just all the great things. You can also subscribe to the Jacque Reid Experience, where you get all the stories, all the drama, all the things that are leading up to the book. We believe the book is coming. We're just going to channel it into the air. You can also absolutely. You can also get your Jacque Reid health tips every week. Jacque Reid is actually trying to help you be healthier, whether you're vegan, sexy, cool, or even not vegan, not sexy, or cool. Just want to be healthy. And Jacque Reid is giving you health tips for mental health, physical health, social health, all of the great things. So you want to sign up for that. Jacque, tell them where they sign up for that.
Please go to Jackie's weekly wellness guide. Jackie's weekly wellness guide over on Substack. I know. I got it. It's all
We're gonna
over.
get her one thing.
It's a newsletter, and you get a tip of the week that you can follow, and it'll help you at the end of the year be much healthier than you are at this moment. So it's really easy. Just go and subscribe for free over on Substack, Jacque's Weekly Wellness Guide. And Joanne, somebody is saying in the comments they want that baseball jacket you had on.
Oh, if you want to get any of the merch, and this is from the Joy Reid Show, you can also go right to the same place Jacque sent you before, which is joyannereid.com, which is my Substack. And if you look right at the top line there, it says shop. Click on that and you will see the jacket. It is in one of my favorite things. We've got all sorts of great stuff. We have some dope sneakers that are one of my other favorite things, but we got the jacket, we've got hoodies, we've got the F Trump gear, which is very popular on the site. We got the F Trump hat. Just know that my little bomber jacket on the back, it does have an FDT and a cute cartoon version of me that was drawn by the daughter, who is a great illustrator. So it's great. It's a family affair. It's a fun jacket, and everything on the Joy Reid shop is 25% off right now. And all you have to do to get 25% off anything in the store down to the mugs is when you check out, just put in BHM 2026. BHM 2026. If you put in BHM, I think it's BHM 26 or BHM 2026. Let me make sure. I don't want to send y'all wrong now. But if you put that in, put either one, you'll get it either way. BHM 26 or BHM 2026, and you get 25% off your entire order. So just do that, and that's it. So hopefully you guys will all be able to enjoy stuff and get it while it's on sale.
Yes, we love that. Christy Blackman. Thank you, Soror. She's our Soror. So she said, bye, Sorors. We love you.
Thank you, Soror. And by the way, we're trying to come up with some stuff that's in the colors for all. It's BHM 26. And you can also do BHM 100 for the 100th anniversary of Black History Month. So if you put in BHM 100, you'll get 25% off. So forget what I said before. BHM 100. I don't remember these things. Sean is in charge. BHM 100 for 25% off. BHM 100. Black History Month, 100 years old. BHM 100, 25% off. There you go. BHM 100. That's it. That's the actual answer. I had to look it up.
And happy Black History Month.
I'm not a commerce person. Yeah, I'm not a good capitalist.
Listen, you do enough. You got enough to keep up with. You got it right. BHM 100.
100. BHM
100.
And that's across anything on the shop. So BHM 100, and there you go. All right, fabulous. And thank you all for catching us live. Let us know in the chat. Do you guys want us to do more lives? I love the live, Jacque. I think it's so much fun.
I love it. I love it. It's a different energy. I know you go live all the time. I don't do it as much as you do, but I love this. I love this for Read This, Read That. I think it's fun.
Absolutely, because we want the Cousin Nation to always be able to chat with us and to be able to interact with us in real time. Thank you to everybody who commented. You guys are a lot of fun. And to all the trolls, don't come back.
Please don't. Because don't come with that bullshit. It's in the song.
Treat it like a house you're not invited to. You know how there's a house on the block and you're not really welcome to go over there, and your parents say, don't go over there. They don't want you over there. Treat this like that house. We're that house on the block where your parents said, go over there. They don't like us over there. They don't like our kind over there. If you were living in like a weird segregated racist neighborhood, and there was that one house on the block where the people didn't like your type of people. So think of us as that house, and you as the kind of people we don't allow in our house. You can't come over here. So just know that, like, the world you guys want to live in, the racist world of the past that you love and you miss, that world has been turned upside down. And now the non-racist people won't allow you to come over our house.
Amen. Amen. And if you guys missed any of this and you want to see it, it's in its entirety. We will post the show a little bit later on our YouTube, so you can see it in its entirety in case you missed the beginning, or if you want to just come back and relive the moment because you just had yourself a good old time.
Yeah, the good old time, and you understood the thing about Jesus, and you just want to live it one more time. Oh, Jesus, he'd be taking so much heat.
Girl, that I will never forget when you holding it up like this with that extra hand.
Take me now, Father.
Father Jesus. All right, you guys, we love you. Please subscribe, like, and follow us everywhere. And we'll be back next week.
See ya.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.